the men who show no interest in your accomplishments, your dreams, your degree are the men who do not care about you outside of how you fit into their interests. They only value women and how they can make their lives better. They don't value them as individuals. So run away.
They always be saying they want a traditional woman, like, oh, can you cook? Can you do it? You not a traditional man.
Thank you.
Be a traditional man. Is you even a breadwinner, boo? Can you change your tire?
Thank you.
Have you built a house? Have you built a house, baby? Y'all want traditional women. Y'all not traditional men. Period.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Baby, we just single women trying to make it happen. We left that man. We raising the kids. I'm out here having fun, enjoying my life, living La Vida Loca. I want to hear how things are going for you. Tell me in the comments. I'm coloring. I'm doing my thing. Like, I'm outside. What y'all doing, single girls? Talk to me.
Most women think men want the most beautiful woman or the most successful, but that's not true. Most men want peace because a man already deals with stress every single day. Work pressure, responsibilities. So when he comes home to arguments and tension, something changes. Attraction slowly disappears. Not because she's not enough, but because peace is missing.
A lot of these modern women are thinking that men are going to wait forever. They're putting in the man in the friend zone, thinking that he's just going to be there waiting, and that's not the case.
You don't give a woman things that she don't earn, because when you spoil people, they become spoiled, and spoiled is never a good thing. You spoil them rotten, and rotten people are no good. They become entitled. They complain all the time. They think that you owe them something. They're never appreciative. And this is what we have today: entitled, spoiled, bratty women, because they get things that they don't earn. And for me, a woman has to be loyal to me. A woman has to treat me good, and a woman has to provide me value consistently. Then you can have the whole world. You're never supposed to give a woman nothing that she don't earn.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Three ways to know if a guy is checking you out. One is eye contact. He either gives you quick glances or he stares. Most guys try to be not too obvious with the staring though. Number two, his friends stare at you too. Another great way of telling if a guy likes you is if his friends stare at you too. If he is with a group of friends, they will know if he likes you, and they will want to check you out for themselves. Number three, he looks you in the eyes and smiles. If a guy is confident and likes you, he will look you in the eyes and smile.
These modern women are interviewing men like they're products, right? But they don't really offer anything in return. And I think that's what most men have a problem with, is I'm getting interviewed, but I'm not going to get anything back.
Every woman wants a masculine man, but let's talk about the inconveniences of being with a masculine man if you are an unhealed woman. A masculine man is very disciplined. Therefore, it'll expose how undisciplined you are. His structure will irritate your chaos. His calmness will feel like coldness. You will get bored because he initially has created peace in his life, structure and order. You either get in alignment with it and add to his peace, or you will have to leave.
This is not exclusively a man thing though. A lot of people do this, and then it's worth considering sometimes people do fall short of their goals. I'm not justifying every single time, but it's obnoxious when you see people post things like this and claim it's a male issue. They probably do the same exact thing constantly.
single by choice. I will tell anybody, do not come in here and disrupt my peace. If you're not going to protect my peace and preserve my peace, I'm not interested. I am open to the idea, but it just has to be right.
Sociologist Chris Marsh is the author of the new book, The Love Jones Cohort, Single and Living Alone in the Black Middle Class.
It's funny you say that because I never forget, I think it was my senior year of high school, and my father encouraged me to stay loyal to my career because it'll be more loyal to you than any man. My mom was on the other side and said, but a career can't keep you warm at night.
Like, yes, a career cannot keep you warm at night, but you got a whole bunch of like heated blankets and stuff that you...
You know, what modern women have to understand is that men don't hate you. It's just when they weigh the two and you have peace on one hand and toxicity on another hand, which one do you think that most men are going to choose? Probably peace.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, you know, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time, and I'll make you both dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win. But I need to borrow your husband.
This is absolutely the result of men leaving the friend zone, which is becoming so widespread that here we see a woman coming online asking other women if she can borrow their husbands. It's called a handyman. You Google somebody locally, you call that number, and then guess what? You have to pay for it. Because trust me, no husband wants to spend hours at your house, even if his wife is there, to fix things for you and then get just a beer and some food out of it. That man would much rather just stop for some takeout food on the way home from work and then actually be able to sit down for an hour, which is honestly all he wants because these husbands out here are tired. Lastly, could you imagine a man coming on here making a video and talking about how he wants to borrow your wife in order to do wifey things like cleaning and cooking and doing laundry? No, he would be canceled so quickly and he would be kicked off of social media. But that doesn't happen when a woman makes that video because of the double standard.
You all are going to walk together to the car. Ready? And we're walking. Step to the side. Woo! How demure! Yes! Love it! We're gonna go in. Yes. Ladies, I step aside. Allow him to open. Thank you so much. And then he follows. Okay?
A lot of these modern women are burning themselves out, to be honest with you. A lot of these modern women are tired. They're exhausted. And a man has told you, the way you're going, that's probably where you're going to end up. But of course, y'all don't be listening to that.
Yesterday, I pretended to be homeless for 3 hours, and I realized that if you're homeless, you're there by choice.
Imagine that. 3 hours, and now they're an expert.
Like, you are there by choice, 100% having that experience, just the way that I chose to go experience that by choice. It's just the only difference is the stories that you're telling yourself. So if you want to experience homelessness, you want to experience what it would be like to lose everything, you can go have that experience. Or you're welcome to create a bunch of stories in your life that force you, quote unquote, force you into that experience. But even when you go by force, it's still by choice because you wanted to have that experience. You just created a bunch of excuses for why you gave yourself permission to have it.
Oh, yes, I'm sure that's it. People subconsciously just wanted to be homeless, so they unwittingly made events happen in their lives so that they could be that way, just to fulfill that unconscious dream, right?
It's just like any other experience that we have in life. It's no worse or better than having a home. It's no, different than anything else, but the experience does show you how much you take for granted.
Did one really just say that being homeless is no worse or better than having a home? Wow. Thanks for showing the world that there are truly some individuals out there that have absolutely lived a life of privilege and have never really had to truly go without anything.
At some point in time, modern women are going to realize that their choices have consequences. Sure, you out there getting the bag and you're doing your thing, but some of your choices have consequences. And you have to deal with those consequences on your own. not a man fixing them. Deal with those consequences on your own.
Hello. I thought that's what you're into. I am into it. Excuse me. Sorry. Before you go, you speak good English, right?
Yeah, of course. I was born here.
Oh my God, you're unbelievable. I was just walking with my friend. You were so cute.
Me?
Yes, you, not the person behind you or... Hi.
Are you sure?
I'm so
Thank
serious,
you.
yeah.
I'm flattered. Thank
I love
you.
how you're so taken aback by it. It's like as if this is not happening to you all day.
Absolutely not, no.
What ethnicity are you?
My parents were Egyptian.
You're kidding.
No.
I nearly have to start speaking to you in Portuguese. I thought you were Brazilian.
No, not Egyptian.
You've got such a cool look to you. You're in all black like me, so I have to
Yes, it's the
come
go-to.
see what's happening. What are you doing? Okay. Me too. I moved on.
Oh, nice.
And I hate it.
Why?
I had a feeling that's what you were getting.
No.
Talking like
It's to help with
you're the
coping.
best.
Today, as we talk about what men need to know about women, but women don't even know what men need to know about women. And so anything that helps us to be more honoring of ourselves, because in the betrayal of ourselves is, I think, the roots of all the ugly that comes after. And then partnership is being on the same team. And when I was talking to men about why they chose their wives, always would be a component of she has mega powers, or you've been through so much already. I know I can get through anything, and so much we're against each other, and it's not accidental. We literally have opposing instincts, so it's a wonder we would bring out interest when you talk.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway of what I've learned from you so far that has impacted our relationship massively is that, we've been together for 22 years. We've been together a long time. But, through the immaturity of our teenage years and early marriage years and what it is today, the biggest takeaway, I think, is honoring our differences rather than trying to make the other like you, and realizing that we both have good reasons for why we do what we do. Like, that is incredible. And to be more reflective in why the other person is doing something rather than reactive in trying to get them to change. Well, they're doing it wrong. They should do it this way, instead of realizing, wait a second, why is he doing it that way? There must be a good reason for it.
And a lot of these guys are seeing what relationships look like today versus what relationships used to look like. And they're like, oh man, I don't think I want to be part of this. I don't think I want to get into this. And really, honestly and truly, with but the way some of these women be quote unquote standing on business, I can't really even blame them.
Hey, I got a question. Where the single ladies at? Because I feel like there's a lot of single fellas out here. And they say it's single ladies out here, but I don't know. Like I said, once again, we don't know where to find them at. So I tell you what, if you're a single, good woman, get on this post right quick. Let us know. Let us know where you from, where you at. And if you're single, we want to see y'all. Because I know there's a lot of y'all out there. But I'm having trouble finding y'all. I'm having trouble running into y'all. So we need y'all to report to this post and comment down below. And let's see you. I'm out.
I would say I'm sorry if I thought that it would change my mind. But I know that this time I have said too much, been too unkind. So I try to laugh about it, cover it all up with words. But I try to laugh about it, hiding the tears in my eyes, 'cause Lord, start crying. Lord, start crying. I will break down at your feet and beg forgiveness, plead with you. But I know that it's too late and now there's nothing I can do. So I try to laugh about it.
And even thinking about a lot of these events, it's like, oh, well, the men don't show up. Maybe that's a signal. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's feedback to you that maybe my event is somewhere that men don't feel safe. But once again, modern women don't care anything about that. So they probably not even going to listen to that signal either.
Women never leave a man and go to nothing. They always monkey branch to another man. You know how monkeys swing from tree to tree? And they're always hoping that the next branch they swing to is a little bit higher than the last one. Men need to be different than women. Don't be afraid to let her go and have nothing in your life. They fear that. You don't. That's one of the things that makes you a man. You don't have fear of being alone. That's a very feminine thing, fear of being alone. So what happens is this. Here's the result of you being decisive. You get no more surprises. There's no more Dear John letters or texts. So your number one job is this. Make leaving her look easy. No more flailing. No more look at what we had. No more I miss you. No more. Just be decisive. That's it. I'll say it again. Your job is this. Make leaving her look easy.
Modern women will probably never understand that the peace a man feels after stepping away, stepping back from a chaotic dating market. It just peace, a sense of security, a sense of just overall relaxation. I don't have anybody telling me I'm doing something wrong when I'm doing something right. Fantastic feeling.
You trying to cry in New England or New Orleans? What you doing? You trying to cry in Nissan or Rari? Rari.
What the is wrong with you? You'd rather be a than take a trying to have you ask this girl.
One thing I will never understand about men is that when you buy a woman a drink at the bar, you are not entitled to take her home. This isn't a free ticket to be like, oh, I'm gonna buy you a drink and you're coming home with me. No. So don't get mad after she leaves after you buy her a drink because she's not interested in taking things further with you.
Every man does this at least once before a woman brutally teaches him to never be this loving and this vulnerable ever again.
You know, funny thing, somebody actually did another video on that, and the guy himself was in the picture, actually commented and said that the woman on him. Now that's crazy, bro. That's wicked work right there.
That's my problem. I see the most beautiful woman on earth and walk straight past her without saying a word. And it's not that I'm afraid of rejection. It's just over the years, women have made it very clear that they want to be left alone. See, I'm cool with being told no. It's just when they make me out to be a creep, that's what I have a problem with. And before anyone says, you probably approach in a creepy way, no, I approach in a very respectable manner. And it's definitely been a few times where I'll walk up to a chick and say, hey, how you doing? And then make it out to seem like they being harassed. There's been too many cases where dudes that went to jail over false accusations. I don't even feel like dealing with the hassle.
Modern women, this is the stupid behavior that men are walking away from. Modern women will sit up there and act like it's a chore, like they're doing you a favor, like they're making your life grand by texting you back. Oh, let me go ahead. Girl, child, let me go ahead and text him back. He blowing up my phone. You don't have anything else that you got going on. You better be so happy that I'm taking you seriously, because the last 10 guys that you chose, they don't like you. They're not looking at you like that.
Bring back men who yearn. I was on the phone with a guy today, and he was like, oh, what are you watching? I'm like, oh, I'm watching the newest season of Bridgerton. I love Bridgerton. He goes, of course you do. I go, what is that supposed to mean? He goes, oh, you're the sentimental and romantic type. I'm like, and? He goes, you do realize that's all fantasy, right? Guys don't act like that. Bring back men who yearn. I want a sonnet written about me. I want a man so unsure about how to live with his feelings for me that he goes insane, that he says he has to travel to the furthest corners of the world to get away from me, and it still wouldn't be enough. I want the Pride and Prejudice. I want the hand.
I just opened the door
to my apartment and there was a man like a couple feet behind me. So I held the door open with my hands full of packages, mind you. And instead of grabbing the door and taking over and being like, go ahead, girl, thanks, he walks through the door and goes, thank you. I'm sorry. Are you a little lady? You're a 6'5" man, and you're gonna shuffle on in and walk through the door and be like, thank you. That's crazy. Hold the door open for me and let me walk through. That's your job. Like, chivalry is, that was so actually mind-blowing. Like, thank you. You're not welcome.
I realized that he wanted to be respected and I wanted to feel loved. Yeah. And when he didn't feel respected, he'd withhold love. And when I didn't feel loved, I wouldn't be as respectful. Yeah. Then we would withhold from each other what the other one needed. And so it just paints a picture of being like, if you want harmony in your relationship, you give respect to your man. Yeah. Because it's not based on a feeling. And the love isn't based on a feeling either. Yeah. I have to give my husband respect regardless of how I feel. And he has to give me love regardless of how he feels in the moment, whether we feel it or not.
So are you saying that a woman needs to be completely submissive?
Yeah.
What if the man cannot create the environment for a woman to be submissive? I feel like that's the man's role. And if the man can't, make that environment, a woman's not going to be submissive.
Did you already have sex with this man?
Sure, but sex doesn't foster submission.
Well, sex will be the most ultimate form of submission for women. There's not a higher form of submission because in the act of sex, you are submitting your body and your will to this other individual. So if you're already doing the most highest form of submission, why wouldn't you do a lesser form of submitting, which is listening to your man and being in complete compliance to him?
The last stage in a failed marriage is this: when either or both parties say, we just inhabit a house. Men, when you are firing on all 8 cylinders, women in general will admire, desire, and conspire to be with you. You will have options and never have a take what you can get mindset. No more low-hanging fruit. Let's just get away from women for a second. Be a man that people want to be around, that people conspire to be around. That's a great life. Men, if you want a woman to belong to you and be in your frame, you have to do the work and be follow-worthy. Then your biggest problem will be, who will I be with this weekend? Versus, oh, here comes another weekend. Getting your together equals having options.
In long-term heterosexual relationships, men live longer partnered and they live less when they're single. And it's inverse for women. When women are partnered with men, their longevity decreases as opposed to if they were single. And when we look at life satisfaction surveys, we're also seeing generally that single women are happier than married women, especially if they have children. Is this telling you that you shouldn't get married, that you shouldn't have children? No. What I'm telling you is that when he has to book a doctor's appointment, don't book it for him. When his socks are on the ground, don't pick it up for him. His laundry's been on the line for 2 weeks, don't do it for him. Any life force that takes out of you to raise someone that you didn't birth yourself takes from you, and it pays in dividends at the end of your life. If you didn't give birth to him, don't raise him. It will you slowly but surely. He's an adult. He can do it on his own.
Some men will go to war with life before they ask a woman for help. Some women don't just help, they change. They remind you, they bring it up later, they move funny in arguments, throw it back in your face. And even when they don't say it out loud, he knows his woman. He knows if she's the type to start thinking less of him the moment she has to step in. And at that point, it's no longer support. It's leverage. And that's when true colors show. So a man with self-respect, he would rather struggle than ever put himself in that position. He would rather work himself to the bone to the ground, ask a friend, or figure it out any other way before he goes to his woman and asks for help and risk being seen as less than a man. It's like he knows his role.
So it's been a little over a year since my last breakup, and the last time I've been on a date was the last August, like an actual date. And people ask me like, oh, like, why don't you have a man? Like, blah, blah, blah. The reality is, if I'm not satisfied with myself, I cannot be happy in a relationship no matter how great the guy is. Like, you know, my ex, my last, like perfect on paper, but I wasn't satisfied with my career or where I was at within myself. And it was just seeping into a relationship. Like I was unhappy with myself. Therefore, in my brain, I was like, oh, I'm unhappy with this person. But that wasn't the truth, you know? And so it doesn't matter if I meet someone and we click and it's amazing. Like if I don't have a solid foundation within myself, then it's not going to work out for me. Like that's just the type of person I am. Like I have to work on myself first and get where I want to be in life, like within my career and myself, before I can fully commit to someone and have it be a happy and healthy relationship. And that's just the truth.
Guys, do not devalue yourself. If a woman chooses to leave you because she doesn't see your value, that doesn't mean that you start thinking that you are less than. You never think that way. You were lucky and you were blessed to have been left by somebody that doesn't see what you bring to the table. So if you've been left by somebody, or they cheated, or if they've done whatever it is, they've hurt you, you do not go into thinking that you are not deserving. You do not go thinking that you are not worthy. You do not go thinking that another relationship is never going to work out because you have no value in a relationship because the woman you love left you. You do not go that way. The way that you go is sayonara, thank you. I'm going to find somebody that treats me like a king. And the version of me that you have never seen before because you weren't deserving of it, I'm going to give her. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a better man for her because she deserves it, because she saw what I brought to the table and chose to never leave. That's what you do.
A good man will put up with a lot, but there are some things he should never tolerate. A man that values himself, that has standards, and I'm not talking about ego, I'm talking about standards. Number one, inconsistency. She's hot and she's cold. One day she's feeling you, y'all are in this great relationship. The next day she's distant and don't want to be bothered. That creates confusion and toxicity, and confusion kills connection. Number two, lack of appreciation. You make effort, you give her attention, and you're consistent. It goes unmatched, but the worst part is expected, and that will drain you over time. Number three, no accountability. Everything is your fault. She has no reflection, she has no ownership, and you cannot grow in that state. Number four, your kindness is taken for granted. She's real nice and into you when she wants something, wants your money, or wants your help. But she doesn't pour back into you at all. That's not a relationship, that's a transaction. Number five, disrespect disguised as an attitude. She rolls her eyes all the time. She talks over you. She always makes sarcastic remarks, whether that is in public or when y'all are together. You will feel that in your subconscious over time, and that chips away at your respect. If you tolerate any of these things, it teaches a woman to continue. And that is a hard no, because over time, these are the things that causes a man to lose himself.
Excuse me? I ain't gonna lie, I thought like you were pretty.
You're ugly as fuck. Get out of here.
The whole time he was like staring at me, and he did not say one word. And I'm just like, are you gonna say anything? Like,
Hey, excuse me? I thought like you were pretty.
No!
What the?
Oh, single men, why are you don't pursue anymore? What's up?
Hey, excuse me? I thought you were pretty, and I was wondering if I could get like your Instagram.
I feel like it's so rare that men shoot their shot in public anymore, or like even just say hi like a normal human being. I feel like men are so intimidated now and hiding behind social media. They don't know how to talk to girls in real life anymore.
Hey, you dropped something there. This.
No thanks.
Women always ask me, what happened to men today? Great question. What started out as a good thing, encouraging men to respect women, has swung way too far in the opposite direction. Now, a lot of men are terrified of women, so they wait for perfect conditions before making a move. But courage doesn't exist without risk. And women can't respect men who don't risk anything. So as a man, if you want to be seen as confident, you've got to be willing to look stupid to get rejected.
Please don't get married thinking, well, now he's a husband, so now she's a wife, so what's a ring gonna do? In marriage, y'all, you're intertwined. Marriage. Some of y'all need to do a study on marriage. Maybe we need to do a spiritual study on marriage. Well, ain't no time and space to be like, whoa, I gotta separate myself from you because this doesn't meet my standard. Now, every time you don't hit my standard, I gotta look outside of my marriage to get somebody who meets my standard because the one I'm married to doesn't even fill the ground floor. Every deficit that they have now affects you directly. So this kind of stuff needs to be handled, negotiated before you're married, the standard. So ladies, that ring not gonna change you. Matter of fact, you scare me. Talking about once you get it, you gonna be somebody else? How? Let's stop fighting with people on that. Let's just ask a question. Let's continue that conversation. What do you mean after you get the marriage, you gonna turn into that? How you gonna do that? How the stuff you don't do every day, you gonna start doing daily? How you plan on switching up in a significant way? Talking about different habits, different routines, different personality. How you gonna do that?
And listen, I don't give a how much money you got. One thing about a man, once he asks me out on a date, okay, we could go. Now I'm weird. I'm weird because you thought you was bigger than the program. You see, one thing about men with money, they think they could do and speak to you however they want. I don't give a f. You could be a millionaire and I'm going to treat you how you deserve to be treated. Okay, stop playing around. Y'all meet a like me and call me weird all of a sudden. Why? Because I don't let you slide. Yeah. Men get mad when you don't want to do whatever they want you to do. Men get mad when you don't stay quiet just because they got some money. When your money, never cares. I never listen. I mean, I mean, importa. You could be a millionaire, have a helicopter outside. Guess what? You're gonna respect me. Push. What? They be thinking they're the shit. Oh, cause they got this car. Cause they got bitch. When you loser boy, you're not gonna take none of that. Learn how to treat women. Learn how to treat others. Cause none of that matters when you're a piece of shit. If you got money and you think you bigger than the program, treated people like cause you got this, you got that. You could tomorrow. And all that stays, and you still gonna be in the piece of human being that you are. None of that matters when it comes to a real. You understand? I don't give a how much money you got. I don't care what you could bring to the table. I am the table. Please and thank you. You're not gonna sit around and treat me like because you got money. You want your money.
All women say they want a good man until they actually meet one and realize they're not equipped to handle him. A good man is not convenient. He doesn't bend to accommodate chaos. He doesn't rearrange his values because you're emotional. A real good man has discipline, boundaries, and priorities that don't shift based on your mood. And this is where women get confused. When you've never met emotional maturity, you misread everything. You call him cold because he won't tolerate drama. You call him selfish because he protects his peace. You label him detached because he refuses to beg for your approval. But that's not coldness. That is self-respect. A man who knows his worth doesn't move from insecurity. He moves from conviction. Good men don't chase drama. They don't chase chaos. And they sure as don't chase women who weaponize emotion. They build, they lead, they create order. Most women aren't ready for the responsibility that comes with a stable man because stability doesn't feed your need for emotional roller coasters. It doesn't scratch that itch for unpredictable validation. For women raised in dysfunction, peace feels boring until you lose it. A good man requires partnership, respect, and a woman who's emotionally regulated, not reactive, not reckless. Stay solid. Good men don't bend, they build. And the right woman rises to meet him.
Men love deep. Women are long suffering. Women don't know that men love deep. And that is why, and what women don't recognize is that men are actually more loyal than women are. We exhibit this in our purchasing behavior. A woman will purchase, even if the hair product that she bought worked beautifully for her, she can't help it but to try another beauty product. If a man finds a body soap that works for him, he is going to have that body for the next 20 years. Yeah. Very loyal, very consistent. It's not that men don't have the capacity to do so. Of course, there's conditioning and social, inferences and learnings that we need. But the point is that it's possible. It is there. We just don't recognize it. So because men are stoic and because men say things like we want respect, we believe, first off, women don't even know what that means tangibly. What respect, what does that look like? And second of all, men actually crave emotional intimacy and connection. But public facing will say respect. But when you really begin to break down respect, there's an emotional tension, connection to that, right? There's this, he disrespected me, your feelings are hurt. You feel hurt. But we don't want to say that, so we'll say respect. So it becomes nuanced for a woman. You're not going to get respect from her because she doesn't understand that there's an emotional connection and intimacy. But if you speak in her language and say emotional intimacy and connection, you will feel respected. You understand?
Attractive people are not getting hit on like that.
Here comes the bull.
Especially attractive women.
Back we go to Delulu land where the Delilahs can't understand why they ain't getting the same attention from the single man.
It is usually the solid 4s and 5s that are getting approached regularly.
This one wasted no time before she dove head first into the shame.
Shame. Because that's where a lot of men's self-esteem level is.
I don't believe I heard you right.
They don't have the self-esteem level to talk to a woman that they would deem a baddie or a 10 or just a beautiful, stunning woman.
Flag on the play. So instead of her saying maybe it's some of these baddies' up attitude and demands that they try to put on people they don't know, and that's probably why guys aren't approaching them, she'd rather shame the man and even the women who the men prefer.
You cannot make this up.
They usually are always, like I said, they are flooding the 4s and the 5s inboxes. I don't make the rules.
You treat them like animals, that's exactly how they'll behave. It's a good thing she doesn't make the rules because no man would be going on a date. We just be sending our wallet as our representative. And with that being said, gentlemen, the moral to this story is simple. Solid men flirt with beauty, but we commit to behavior. So if the baddies can't deal with that, so be it.
What a lot of men end up doing is that they find they find this woman, they fall in love. It's like everything that they've ever wanted, but there's parts of themselves that they never bring into the relationship. So they're usually, some of the characteristics are like, they're usually completely, annihilated whenever that woman is disappointed. Right? She's disappointed. She's upset. He's done something. It's like catastrophic for that man. She's usually on a pedestal. So you have this like one up, one down type of dynamic where she's the, over functioning and he's the chronic underfunctioner, right? Everything that's wrong in the relationship is because of him. And, he's always doing something wrong.
This is his perspective.
That's his perspective, right? It might not be her perspective. And slowly he'll start to withhold parts of himself. He'll withhold maybe the more aggressive part of himself, or he'll withhold his boundaries. He'll withhold his wants and needs and desires. So he'll withhold all these things. This is like classic people pleasers and nice guys. And they'll withhold all of these parts, but they'll also withhold those like primal energy. So the ways that they want to engage with that woman, they'll withhold those. And then it has nowhere to go. And then they'll find, they'll find an archetype of whether it's through and only all the watching, or somebody that they start to idolize online, or somebody that they actually find. And so I see a lot of men that are unfaithful that have gone through this cycle, is that they've bifurcated their vision, or they've separated out their vision of the woman that they're with, and they've taken parts of themselves that they would normally want to bring into the relationship and either tried to kill them off, like, oh, that's not okay, that primal way that I want to be with that woman, I'm going to try and cut it off. Or they just have a different place that they get that need met, right? Porn, OnlyFans, and stuff.
So I'll admit, I am a little lonely lately. I don't know. I just am. I think I'm also like a little down or whatever, but I would love to meet somebody, but I don't feel like really putting forth the effort. I know that sounds bad. I went on dating, Facebook dating a little bit today, and oh my God, it's terrible. I don't know how I ever met so many people on there. Like, I met a lot of nice guys, and some like were not for me, and some remained friends, and some like I was with for a little bit and I liked, and some quality men that I'm still friends with. But oh my God, it's just a mess. Like, my skits are not a lie. They're not at all. But I'll admit, I'm kind of lonely. But I don't really feel like making the effort of going to sit at like a high-end bar restaurant, not like a bar. Like, I'm not talking about like a random bar, but like a nice like restaurant, like, I don't know, Ruth's Chris or STK at Disney Springs or something like nice, and sit there and just have a drink or dinner or whatever, and possibly I'll meet somebody that way. I just don't really feel like doing that. So I need like the Kool-Aid man in the form of like a great guy to either come through my front door, or I don't know, I'm not sure I'm going to meet someone, or, and this is going to sound weird, I kind of want to just be with someone I was with before, like, and just hang out and have a good time and do things together or whatever. I don't really feel like meeting somebody new either, unless they're going to be really great for me. I don't know. I haven't dated since like end of July last year. I just was having like a few bad dates, one after the other, just not clicking, not like bad dates, just like I didn't feel any chemistry or whatever. So I don't know. I'm just not, I am a little lonely, but I kind of just want someone I've been with before and kind of just someone to do things with, but that I am attracted to. Is that asking too much?
No, I think it's, men just get tired of being walked over. They just get tired of it, man. It's exhausting to get disrespected in pretty much darn near every situation. Every scenario you can think about, the man is going to come out dead last. And not only are modern women setting it up to where men are going to come out dead last in every situation, they're telling men, they've gotten so bold as to tell men, you are going to come out dead last. And you should be happy that you're going to come out dead last. Your life is in service to me. Regardless of what you think that you should get, your life is in service to me.